Hello, my name is Shirley Gordon, and we're going to continue with our interviewing as we move towards celebrating Greater St. John Missionary Baptist Church 100th anniversary. Today we have Vicky Blount with us, and she will be sharing with us her family members who made contributions to Greater St. John Missionary Baptist Church. Hello, Shirley. And how are you today?
I'm fine.
Good. Listen, it is such a joy and a privilege to have you representing your parents and your grandparents. My first question is, do you know what year they came to Greater St. John Missionary Baptist Church?
Yes, they came in 1947.
And by way, where did they come from originally?
My grandfather, who was Howard Snyder, he was from Harrison, Mississippi. He was one of 13 children. And 4 of his brothers and him, they decided to move to Chicago. Once they got to Chicago, my grandfather, he met Almeda Snyder. Well, that's her married name, but Almeda O'Rafferty is her maiden name. And they decided to get married. They were married on June the 16th, 1920. And they were the proud parents of a baby girl by the name of Helen Odell Snyder. Now they wanted her to dance, so they enrolled her into a dance school, which was called the Hazel Thompson Davis School of Dance, where she did tap dancing and she did ballet. She danced up until the time she married her high school sweetheart, which was George Blount. They got married on August the 16th, 1941. George and Helen are proud parents of 5 children: George Jr., Kenneth, Dennis, myself, Vicky, and Russell. George Blount Sr. also came from a family of 5, where he was the only boy and he had 4 sisters.
Wow. Now, you know, Vicky, I had no idea your mother tap dance and ballet. Did she continue with that?
Yes, up until the time she got married to my father.
Okay. And why did they come to Greater St. John Missionary Baptist Church?
Well, my grandmother had a cousin by the name of Mary Webb. Her husband was Lawrence Webb. They were proprietors of the Webb Mortuary on Lincoln Way West. They convinced my mother, my father, and my grandparents to move to South Bend. So in 1947, they moved to 212 North Studebaker Street. And today, there's still family that occupies their home.
Wow. Now, with all that said, I gotta ask this question. Why are you still at Greater St. John Missionary Baptist Church?
Well, Shirley, I'm here because of my grandparents and my parents' strong foundation. Mm-hmm. They believe that we should respect everyone and we should love everyone. And so from that point, I made it my choice through life experiences to stay at Greater St. John.
Okay, Vicky, now you've told us what year they came to Greater St. John Missionary Baptist Church, why they came to Greater St. John Missionary Baptist Church. Now, once they got here, as an active member, what did they do in the church?
Well, my grandfather, he was a dedicated member. My grandmother, she worked with the group called the Willing Workers, which they prepared meals for the church and they helped around with the different organizations. My mother, she also worked with the Willing Workers, and she also was a support to her children who were involved in the church. They were in the youth choir. They were in plays such as the Womanless Wedding, the Tom Thumb Wedding. They worked. My brothers were on a team, a softball team. Did you know that St. John had a softball team? They were, the Presbyterian Church League had a softball team had a softball league, and they played in softball. They played softball, and they were the only blacks that played in this league.
Wow.
And my father, he was on the senior usher board.
So they were very diligent workers in the church, to the point where your brothers, even though they played sports, they were also active in the church. One was a director, one played the organ, and who were they again?
Kenny, he was a director, and Dennis, he played piano and organ for the church.
Very instrumental, very good.
Oh, and I was a director as well.
Oh. Well, this is a
Vicky,
we'd like to thank you today for coming and joining with us, giving us that spotlight on the Blount family. We wish you lots of luck in your future endeavors. Thank you again for participating with us. We will continue our series of the 100th church anniversary that we will celebrate in October. We will be showing our interviews the second and fourth Sunday of each month leading up to October. So stay tuned, because you're in for a big surprise.